Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here in June. I'm very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in, sit down, no touching. I don't do the touching, and welcome to Tuesday's edition of the DCEU Daily. Now, yesterday's video, I said I was going to talk about Brandon Routh's exit from Legends of Tomorrow, and I was going on and on and on, rabbiting, and I didn't talk about it. So today we're going to talk about that. And today we're going to talk about the Joker movie, yes, again, because tomorrow is the main trailer, and I can't wait for all of us to see it. There'll be a reaction here. It's going to be a very, very exciting day. So I better not get carried away with videos tomorrow because they take ages to upload. I want to be ready to do that video for you guys and for me, of course. And afterwards, before we end this video today, we're going to be talking about our favourite DC animated series. I know what mine is, but what's yours? And I want those thoughts and those opinions in the comments down below. So welcome to the DC Movie and TV Daily, and we're talking all things DC because that's our passion and that's our heart, and because we're superior to Marvel. Triggered. So let's talk about the Joker movie. There comes a moment in any industry when a poisonous entity is dominating it. And that's what Disney is, a poisonous entity, because not only are they dominating, which isn't good for anything to dominate anything, unless you've got a really, really wild female who likes to ride you on top. I'm sorry, that was very sexual and very wrong. Well, scrape that. Should we start again? No, we're not starting again. We're just going to continue. I say what I want. This is my channel. But anyway, right, so Disney are a poisonous entity because they make generic, boring films that you forget as soon as you leave the cinema. So Joker movie is that moment where you challenge it, where you change an industry. The Joker movie will change this industry because success changes this industry. Now, it's interesting, isn't it? Because people will say to me, well, Venom didn't change anything. Well, Venom wasn't a groundbreaking movie. It was R-rated and everything, and it made good money at the end of the day. But it had its issues. This movie has had no problems. And all movies, look, all movies have their challenges to make and to get financed and to get the studio to believe in them. But I think Joker is, in a way, the kind of idea that's been there for a long time. Because the black label, because, listen, Warner Brothers tried to patent the MCU via Justice League, didn't they? And that became an almighty mess for them. They know now. They know that they had the DCEU just to make the films they want to make, that to try and bring mainstream audiences in. That worked with Aquaman, and that certainly worked with Shazam. That brought the family element in. 400 million doesn't sound like a lot, but it is a lot when your movie costs chicken feed to make. So it's been a very successful era for Walter Hamada already. And I think, as I say, the Black Label would have been, I think the Black Label would have happened even if Justice League was a success. But what they did and what Todd Phillips has done and what Walter has done is said, let's go a direction here with the Black Label that Disney can't follow. It is impossible for them. They cancelled a fairy tale villain show for Disney Plus because it was too dark. They ain't never going R-rated. They're not even smart enough to create a separate division in their company that can go R-rated. That's how stupid they are, because they are totally focused on the box office and not giving quality to the customer. And I think that's why Disney Plus, after 6 months to a year, will implode. Watch this space. So as I say, when you have a poisonous entity in your industry dominating but not giving back to that industry, you have to do something. And Warner Brothers, as the biggest company in this business, and it is, and it's not just about money. You know, Disney owned Fox, blah blah blah. They're the biggest. Forget all that. They're the biggest. They're the oldest. They're the best. They've been making films. They know how to make films. And unlike Disney, Warner Brothers have always made films for everyone. And that's what they need to get back to. They've got to forget about competing with Disney by doing the same thing. They tried that. They wanted to have kind of their own kind of fairy tale universe with the Lego stuff. And when Lego Movie 2 didn't really do well, they had to, think again. Because with the first Lego Movie, we were all looking at it and say, well, Warner Brothers have now got this kind of division that can compete with the fairy tale animated universe and the Pixar stuff that Disney have got, and that didn't work. So Warner Brothers have to do what they do best, and they have DC. They own every single DC character. That's another thing that Disney, the luxury Disney, don't have. We saw that last week with what happened with Spider-Man. They own all their characters. And let's be honest about it, the Joker is more than a villain who should be in Batman's film. This is a character crying out for his story to be told. And it's so clever to do it in an Elseworld movie where you can get away with doing an origin, because people are really kind of anti-Joker origin, even though the Killing Joke gives a hint of an origin. But because this isn't the main Joker, because this isn't the DCEU Joker, you can pretty much come in there and be as dark and as gritty and as violent and as compelling as you want. Because you imagine telling this character's story. It's really compelling. How does a man like Arthur Fleck become the Joker? I know, because I've seen it. And you're about to find out in just over a month's time. You should be very, very excited, because what you're going to see is something extremely special. Something you have never seen in a comic book movie adaptation before. Not that this is an adaptation, but there's certainly elements of the Killing Joke in this film, and you can just tell that from the trailer, right? It's a bit different. He doesn't have a family, he doesn't have a wife, he doesn't have kids or anything like that. But it's such a compelling story, and I think that Todd Phillips explains it the best, that sometimes you will feel affiliated to this character, you will absolutely empathise with him, and other times he'll absolutely disgust you. And really, I think, isn't that what the Joker is? I mean, I've watched the Joker on screen before. Heath Ledger, Jack Nicholson, and you kind of get them and you want to be on their side. And you think, I want to be this villain. But then they do something that it so crosses the line, you actually don't want to be them. And you actually hate them and you despise them and you disgust them. And that's what the Joker's always been. So I find that element of it very, very interesting. But on the outside of this film is an industry looking on. Because comic book movies have really been dominating the market since Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2, really, if we're honest, and the X-Men movies. Seeing as first two X-Men movies were made on budget, and I think Warner Brothers have looked at this and said, they made films on budget. They made X-Men movies on budget and made a big profit. Why can't we? But also that, as I say, forget the agenda people are pushing that there won't be any robust CGI-fueled superhero movies anymore. There certainly will be. But after what happened with Justice League, they've started small, and when they get more confident and proficient with what they're doing, they'll go bigger and bigger and bigger. There's no way a Flash movie can be made on a budget. You know that, and I know that, right? So it's not even worth trying to infer that. Right, moving on from the Joker, which has got its full trailer tomorrow. As I say, a trailer reaction here on Big Mouth. This is the place you want to watch it, because this is the place where we care and we love this stuff, and we're not here to make money, because we're not making any money. I've been here for a year and I'm still not on 1,000 subscribers, for Christ's sake. I barely get 100 views. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't care. Right, let's talk about Brandon Routh and his exit from Legends of Tomorrow. Nobody's telling us why, are they? He's about to play Kingdom Come Superman in Crisis on Infinite Earths, which is Arrowverse's yearly crossover, but this is the big one. This is the big one where we see the climax to Arrowverse's Green Arrow. And so Crisis is a massive story anyway. And I said on yesterday's video, I can't see how they can do it justice on their budget, but we shall see. Now, as I said, he's going to play Kingdom Come Superman, Brandon Routh. He plays Superman in Superman Returns. His performance as Superman, and considering what the film was, considering the suit they made him wear, and sometimes even the suit looks good because of him, I have a feeling here. I have a feeling he's going to play an Earth 1 Superman. So how can he play an Earth 1 Superman when he's Earth 1 Atom? It's interesting. Maybe he's escaped from another Earth. Maybe he's going to play Kingdom Come Superman in a series. Who knows? This could be a setup. This is, of course, all very interesting, because why would you get rid of one of your prized commodities? And let's be honest, why would Brandon leave himself? I mean, I love Brandon. He's a really good, solid actor. But I don't think people are kind of begging him to leave Legends to give him a job. I don't think he's going to be on the next HBO project. He's not going to be on a big, on a big movie franchise or anything like that, unless he is going to play movie Superman again. Who knows? It's a strange industry. Wouldn't that be exciting, seeing that there was actually a petition for Brandon to play Superman again, but in Man of Steel? That was interesting, and it was a good one, but basically Zack Snyder was never interested. He knew what he wanted. He wanted that gladiator type of Superman, and that's why he was going for the kind of bigger, bulky actors that he was going for. But I do have a theory about him leaving, because, as I say, it's nuts. And when I first heard he was leaving Legends, even though I don't watch Legends anymore, I was kind of thinking, this is nuts. The only thing I can think of, he's actually going to play Superman in Arrowverse, because without Green Arrow, basically this franchise needs some excitement. So either they're rolling this up and they're going to make way for the DC Universe's DC shows now, and the Arrowverse will just cease, right? That seems unlikely, but it could cease. But if it's not, it would be a very good idea to have a Superman TV show. And having Brandon Routh is a no-brainer. Brandon Routh's already played Superman. All the Arrowverse audience know him and like him in the verse already. So again, if you've got an actor who's over 6 foot, looks like Superman, has played Superman, by then he would have played Kingdom Come Superman, and basically Superman is Superman Returns. And I think most people do like Brandon as Superman. So would you watch a Brandon Routh-led Superman TV show? I would. Even though I don't like Arrowverse anymore, I would give that a chance. That would be awesome. But you need the right creatives. A lot of people say, well, it's not fair on Tyler Hoechlin. Well, Tyler Hoechlin kind of cast his die when he was dressed up as Superman and went like that. Yes, and a lot of people don't like him and people think he's too short. I think he's quite a good Superman. I think his mannerisms are very Superman. But we shall see. But for me, Brandon Routh leaving Legends is a nuts situation. And the only way I can explain it and make sense out of it in my own head is that maybe Brandon is going to have his own Superman TV show. So watch this space for that too. Right, finally today, let's talk about DC animated TV shows. What's your best? Batman, the animated series, is very popular. You've got the Superman animated series, very popular. There are so many that people love. DC Bruce Timm is a genius when it comes to, comic book animation, the movies, the TV shows. But for me, it has to be Batman, the Brave and the Bold. You're saying, Mick, that's a bolt out of the blue. Yes, it is. You know why I like that? It's actually an animated TV show that doesn't take itself so seriously, but at the same time does. I really love the 3 seasons. And did you see the Scooby-Doo movie they did as well? Was it the Scooby-Doo? I think it was Scooby-Doo, and it was hilarious. I really enjoyed that. But basically, Scooby-Doo does kind of have some weird crossovers, doesn't he, by the way? Do you see the Supernatural one as well? Anyway, we're talking superheroes here. We're talking DC. I just love that series. Batman, the Brave and the Bold, has everything. And I love the way he just mixes with all these different characters. And I think that's great. And I think the one with Plastic Man is amazing, where you see the flashback to him, stopping him from going to jail and stuff like that. I just think the voice acting is brilliant, the animation is brilliant, but ultimately it is so damn entertaining you can't put it down. I think I haven't rewatched an animated show more than Batman, the Brave and the Bold. But I want you to tell me what your favourite DC animated TV show is. I'll be reading them, your comments and thoughts a little bit later on. And if I don't comment, I will definitely like and love the comments. So look forward to that. Everyone who sees this video, please comment. Say hi. Say something about what I've been talking about today. And don't forget, tomorrow is a massive day because the Joker trailer arrives. And don't forget, on October the 4th is the moment when cinema changes forever. Disney, it's time for your world to come crashing down around you. See you later.